My reward for completing initial aerobatics and checkout training in the pits S2B.
Alright, so it's safe to say I'm in for the craziest 4 minutes of my life so far. I'm going to do my best to make that a true statement, yep.
But it felt like more of a punishment as I rode along for real-time competitive sequence practice.
2, 3,
And I'm not gonna lie, that hurt, and I need to get in better shape for this stuff. I've always wanted to learn to fly inverted.
Ready to go upside down? Yep. Just hanging out with flight chops here.
And when Luke from Harv's Air in Winnipeg asked me if I wanted to get checked out in the pits S2B, my answer was definitely yes. And I knew who to call to get me halfway across Canada to get there. Flying the TBM 850 at 30,000 feet going 300 knots, we did this in one leg, and that's going to be its own episode. The primary mission was for me to do my pits training, but Osama was going to get his multi-rating while he was out there, and my friend Mehran tagged along to get his tail wheel endorsement. I really appreciated that Luke trusted me right away to get into the back seat of the pits. That's really where you need to be to learn how to fly this thing properly.
I'll get your shoulder belts.
We covered basic and advanced aerobatics.
Better already. Yeah, see, look at that, right on heading. And then just back your, neutralize your rudder at the end. Yeah.
But what I'm most proud of is that I got to the point where I could land this thing on my own.
Yeah, you're alright. Keep it turning. Right I need to line up there. I still see it.
Forward visibility is about as bad as the Stearman, but is way twitchier on the ground.
Look at that, no drama. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet, you're right. Alright, well, that was awesome. That was your best one, man. Alright, thank you.
So this is going to be a super detailed, nerdy series following my training over the course of a few days with Luke. But the final flight we did together was definitely the craziest, and it seemed like the logical place to start to show you guys what the pits can do.
All right, Steve, so it's been a great couple of days here. I think we've stretched you a little bit. We did some different things. We did a great job in the circuit here. So I thought we'd give you a little bit of a break, and I'll take you up for a little bit of a ride.
I don't know if that's going to be a break, though.
Yeah, fair enough. So what I have here is the 2017 IAC Intermediate Known Sequence.
So I'm going to get rid of the music and make this as immersive as possible as we pull +6 and -3 Gs.
I'm going to try to pick a square that's fairly empty so I don't annoy anybody. So we're going to imagine the x-axis of the box is east and west, the y-axis is north and south. So this is going to be, we'll call this a left base for the box here. Okay. So I'm slowing down. I want to overspeed on my way in.
So this first figure is a loop with a 2-point roll centered at the top. So that's what we're going to start off with after we've picked up our speed as we dive into the box.
I'm looking for my landmark, so the center of the box, we'll just pretend is the center of the square. I'm going to roll it over, find my reference points, and now I'm going to set up for a 45-degree downline. I'm going to roll towards the judges so they're over here. 1, 2, 3, and we'll build the speed. Right to B&E, find our reference points, and now we're going to get set up for the loop. Here we go. Yep. And we're going to do the 2-point roll here. 1, 2. Okay, check our card. Vertical line next. Yep.
So number 2 is just very simple. It's a vertical climb. We'll hold that for a few seconds.
1, and climb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cap off.
Shortly after that, the power is going to come off and we're going to set up for a 1 1/4 spin. Okay, so now depending on which side the wind is coming from in the box, we would likely spin into the wind. So for instance today, if the wind is off to the right, we're going to do right rudder spin. We'll do 1 full turn and then we'll recover on the last quarter.
Power comes off. Here we go. That's going to be half a turn. That's 1 turn. And there's the quarter. Full power. Full speed. 2, 3.
And this legitimately hurt. It was a sudden 6 Gs that I was not ready for.
2, 3.
Pull to vertical, and it's going to be a quarter roll in the same direction that we did the spin. And the reason for that is we need to exit on the correct direction out of this maneuver. If we would do the left stick, we would be going the wrong direction, and if we didn't recognize that, we'd zero the entire flight after that.
Okay, here's the hammer. Vertical line down, check the card.
So we really want to be sure that we're doing the right thing here. That's why I have little notes on here to remind me.
I can't believe you can take time to read notes while you're doing that, but anyway, that's awesome.
Well, you take every half second you can take. It happens fast.
Okay, here comes up 45.
And then that takes us into figure 5. And I wrote the word quick there because everything's going to happen quick here. I don't want to hold that horizontal line too long, because you can see here, after I pull to this up 45, I have to do a half snap roll, and I have to draw a line before and after the snap roll. So if I wait too long to start figure 5, I'm going to fly way out of the box, especially with a strong tailwind. So that's something to be concerned about, something that you would think about now. You don't think about that when you're flying. It'd be too late then, likely. So after the half snap roll, we're going to pull to a vertical down line. We're going to hold that, get some energy.
Breathe hard.
Then we're going to pull positive to, again, to an up 45, and that's going to complete this figure. Cap off horizontal flight, figure is over. These little symbols here indicate beginning and end of a figure.
Cap off horizontal. You still with me, buddy? Yep. Okay, we're just going to fly to the upwind side of the box. You got a little breather here. Picking up speed, but not too much speed for the 204.
And figure 6 is essentially a split S. So instead of a half roll to inverted flight, like a split S typically would be, it's going to be a 2 of 4.
Here we go. 1, 2, pull through. Hey, breathe hard, buddy.
And then without pause, I'm going to pull. And then that half arrow, as opposed to a full arrow like that, indicates half a roll. So that's going to put us inverted. We know it's going to be inverted after that. It's all dashed lines here, so this is all negative G loading, so it's going to be about a -3 push into an up 45.
That sucks.
And then it's going to be essentially 5/8 loop into a 4-point roll.
The worst is over. Okay. Here comes a 4-point roll. 1, 3. Okay.
Follow the dotted lines down to figure 8. This is what we call a pull, push, pull, Humpty Bump.
This one's easy.
So you can see this is a positive G pull in, and then it's going to be a push over the top.
3, break off the Humpty. Push hard, 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 hard. Get that nose down.
And our goal here, the point where we break away from that vertical line, do a half loop, finish that at the same altitude. That's what we're looking for there.
Vertical line, 2, 3, half roll.
And then we have to do a half roll here, because if we didn't do this half roll, we'd fly right out of the box. And just like all the other rolls we've done up until this point, anytime you have a roll on a line, you want it centered. So this will be about a 4-second dive, half roll, 3-second pull out. And then we'll finish figure 8, and then get into this the penultimate figure, which is a goldfish. I think that's what they call it. It's going to be a pull.
1, 2, breathe hard.
To an up 45. We're gonna, you remember that one?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a 2 of 4. So we're gonna pull up 45. 1, 2, still be on the up 45 inverted.
Wing was a bit low there. I'd lose a point for that. Okay, we're setting up for the rolling turn here.
And finish this looping portion on an up 45.
Up 45, 2, 3, cap horizontal. We're gonna do a rolling turn into the judges.
These are one of the more tricky maneuvers because you're really doing everything at the same time. You're moving the stick, moving the rudder, and the plane is rolling and turning at the same time, and the rate of which has to be constant. And then that would be the last figure, and then we would do 3 wing wags, and then we're done.
As you can see, it's such a different cadence of flying, than just kind of bombing around the patch doing acro. Yeah. It's just unrelenting. Hey, give me a high five back here, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, no problem. So, 0 nausea, but the worst part for me was not being ready for the first big positive, and I got like squished. It's gonna be hilarious to look. I don't know if you saw my headset come off and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, I just got like splattered, like a bug on a windshield. Well, that was, I guess that was 6 positive, so my head all of a sudden weighed like 70 pounds, right?
Yeah. No, you did great. Absolutely great. That's why, because it happens so fast, that's why you know, before you fly that, you walk it and walk it and walk it and walk it and visualize and think about the wind, think about which way you're going to move the stick. And, so I didn't do that at all for this flight, so I think I did pretty good despite that. That's That's kind of the nature of competitive aerobatic flying. You could think you nailed the flight and you come back, your head held high, man, that was good. And then you forgot that you turned the wrong way on something and you get zeros on everything.
Oh man.
That hasn't happened to me yet, but knock on wood.
The training with Luke at Harv's Air was really thorough, and I can't wait to share it. It's going to be a good multi-part series, really breaking it down. And thanks again to supporters on Patreon and sponsors for making these types of productions possible. And please do visit flightshops.com to join the mailing list, play the contest, and check out the curated back catalog, which is now over 100 episodes. And as always, keep your flight chops sharp.
Oh, you ever done like a tumble?
We did bump the vax in the extra.
Okay, cool.
You want to do one?
I was thinking if you wanted to see one.
Sure, I mean, we're still in practice area, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so if you want to do one, just remind me when the positive, like what should I do with my body?
Nothing really. It's going to be negative G for most of it, so just hang on for the ride. You probably want to put a hand on your headset and hold on to it.
Okay.
It'll probably fall off. Ready?
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that actually kind of fixed my back issue. That's a positive.
For an advisory.